Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel, Budgeting for Future. My name is Leah and I'm so happy to have you here. We are currently talking about why I got rid of cash envelopes. Now, normally on Saturdays, I would be posting my newest cash stuffing video. I'd be showing you guys all the categories that we use for cash stuffings. I'd be putting my money into my envelopes, and we'd be seeing how well I did with sticking to our budget by physically seeing how much cash was left over in those envelopes. And while it was helpful for a while, I won't negate that. I don't think it really works with our budget anymore. It has been an interesting year. We started out by being scared of taxes because, oh my gosh, we really messed those up. But after we kind of got through that, we got a few runs of those stimulus checks that really benefited our family. We also were able to knock out some debt in our lives, and now we're kind of in a much different financial position. We're feeling a lot more comfortable and secure. If you're interested in what we're looking like financially in terms of our debt, I will definitely link up my debt confessions video in the eye up above. We also, though, have typically been doing net worth updates every month. So if you subscribe and then check out my channel page, you can definitely see exactly the assets and the liabilities that we currently have in our name. Today, I will be going into the 6 reasons we decided to quit cash stuffing. And when I go into these, if cash stuffing works for you, that's awesome. I'm so glad for you. And I definitely think that it did make a huge impact in our lives. But I also understand now that maybe it doesn't work for everybody, and these are the reasons it doesn't work for our family anymore. The first reason we have stopped doing cash stuffing envelopes is because we stole from different areas anyways. There were so many times where we needed just a little bit more for groceries or just a little bit more for out to eat, or, well, we pretty much always came in budget for gas, but I was constantly having to shift money around and pull from different areas and rationalize different things, and it kind of fogged up my head. I spent so much time rationalizing my decisions, whether they were rational or not, and I would be at the store like moving money from one place to the other place, probably looking a little silly. And so where cash envelopes typically would help us in the occasions where I was just kind of pulling from Peter to pay Paul anyways, I don't think they got to a certain point where they were very effective, because I was like, at the end of the day, like, if we spend $10 extra at the grocery store, like, we're fine. We don't have any debt goals. Like, what else could the money do? Like, let's just buy the extra bag of chicken tenders. And it started to become a little less worth it to us. The second reason was, holy moly, all the change. We had so much change piling up in our house. We still do. It's pretty much impossible to like give our bank change. We have to roll it up ourselves and bring it in. And if we don't, then we get to have to pay a fee for them to accept our change. So now we're just full of change in our lives and are trying to get rid of it. But I was like, we're going to continue to get more and more change. What are we going to do with all of it? Where are we going to put it? Like, how do you even put in, like, how do you calculate it in the budget? Is that a sinking fund of itself? It was getting a little overwhelming, and quite frankly, change is really easy to lose. So there are so many pennies in my car at this point, it's not even funny. The third reason why we got rid of cash stuffing envelopes is because of all of our online purchases. Let's be real, we were just barely getting out of this pandemic, so we have definitely been doing a lot of online shopping to keep our family afloat, whether it be buying new clothes online or even getting groceries sent to our house. There have been a lot of times where I've had to make mental notes like, hey, make sure to remove X amount of money from your envelope, or don't forget about this or that. And I have so much going on in my life that I did not really have time to not only keep track of my budget, do my budgeting YouTube videos, keep track of my envelopes, and then also keep track of my online purchases. I just was so exhausted, and I don't think that I was maybe always doing the best job of making sure that money was gone. Sometimes all my numbers and all my different areas didn't really add up. So that is definitely a big reason. One last thing on my to-do list to try and remember throughout the week is to make sure that my cash envelopes reflect my online purchases. The fourth reason we got rid of cash envelopes is because my husband hated it. And I'm not going to talk about this topic too long, but boy, does he just hate cash. He would rather just swipe. And because of that, when he was out doing the grocery shopping or maybe buying something from the store with his fun money, he ended up always using his card anyway. So there were just more transactions that I had to keep track of that led into the big problem with number 3, that I was constantly having to keep track of all these purchases and make sure my envelopes were really reflective of what was going on in our budget. The 5th reason why we got rid of our cash envelopes is because we were holding over $3,500 in cash at our house. And that might not seem like a lot to you, but when it's in a side drawer and your daughter comes into your room and plays in your side drawer and just starts throwing money everywhere and making it rain or whatever, it is a lot and a little obnoxious. With our bank that we do use a local credit union, and we get 3% returns on our money that we keep in that bank account. So we were actually losing money every single month by not having that money just put into our regular bank account and instead being in a side drawer in my bedroom where my daughter, if she wanted to, could just start ripping up $100 bills. It definitely caused me a little bit of anxiety, and now that we don't have that much money in our house, I'm feeling a little less anxious every time she comes into my room and starts playing with my stuff near my dresser. And the 6th and probably biggest reason why we got rid of cash envelopes is that we're not really paycheck to paycheck. We do make a significant amount of money. In my opinion, we are looking like we'll have over $100,000 come from our current employers this year combined. And so when we do our budget by paychecks and we're budgeting every 2 weeks, we do typically have quite a bit of money left over. Now, we make sure that those are going towards our goals, whether they be saving or going towards retirement or even paying down a new debt. But I think the cash envelope system really works best when you only have $500 for 2 weeks. And you really have to decide and be very intentional with that $500. The biggest place we were wrong is we would give ourselves, quote unquote, $500, but we knew in the back of our minds, like, well, we still have another $200 we could use, or like, there's other areas we could pull from. And because we have the luxury of not being in that situation, I don't think they were really as useful for us at a certain point. Once we really kicked that one car loan out of our lives, it was evicted for all I'm concerned. We really didn't have any specific goals that we were really aggressively saving for. And with all the hassle cash stuffing and cash envelopes can be, whether it be going to the bank once, twice, 3 times a week, and then logging everything and keeping track of everything outside of all the things we are already doing, it just seemed like more hassle than what it was worth. So while I'm sad that I won't be making any more cash stuffing envelopes videos on the channel, I'm really excited for what this next chapter could be in our financial journey. We gave it a go and it did us very well, and now we're on to different things. So if you did enjoy this video, go ahead and give it a like. It really helps my channel and make sure other people can see my content that I'm making and that I'm really enjoying making for you guys. If you did last this long, oh my gosh, thank you so much. And do consider subscribing because you must be liking something, right? And with that being said, I hope you have a great rest of your day and I hope your budget is always balanced. Bye!